Hey there everyone, ni hao, this is Choquito and today I'm gonna share with you 5 reasons why I hate winter in Shanghai. 我们开始吧。Alright, the first reason is that Shanghai in winter is very humid and that brings a lot of terrible things. But the real reason why humidity is so annoying in winter is because it makes the cold feel much colder. It penetrates your skin, seriously, like it doesn't matter what are you wearing. It feels like you're jumping into the water, at least that's how it feels for me. And it gets to your bones and it really takes a long time, to warm up. You come back home and you're like freezing and you still don't get warm after 30 minutes or 1 hour. And another reason is that the weather app is telling you lies. Seriously, because of the humidity, whatever is written on your app is not really how it really feels, but it's actually much colder. So you always have to check the real feel on your app. So at the end of the day, you just end up freezing your pigo up anyway, Reason number 2 is that there is no central heating in Shanghai. I have had colder winters before than in Shanghai, like way colder, but because there is central heating, it doesn't feel that bad as it feels in Shanghai. Winter is very cold, but not just outside, it's cold everywhere. You go to the office, to school, to a restaurant, to a friend's house, anywhere you go, to your own house, it feels cold all the time. It's cold everywhere. So because of that, you are forced to buy a heater or turn on your AC all day long. And at the end of the month, you have to pay a lot for electricity bills. And it also makes your room pretty dry. The air feels very dry. So every morning when you wake up, you have a sore throat or your lips are cracked. Well, in my case, maybe because I have Scarlett Johansson lips. But yeah, it's very annoying. It's just cold everywhere all the time and you end up spending more money for electricity. The chicken has something very important to say. You've heard it. Okay, so reason number 3 is pollution. So even though that there has been huge improvements in terms of pollution in Shanghai overall, during winter it's still fairly polluted. Well, it is mostly because other provinces in China that have central heating, in order to produce all that energy, they burn coal and other fossil fuels, right? And winds bring all this pollution to Shanghai. Also, more people are driving cars during winter than summer, mostly because it's pretty cold to ride a bicycle or to ride your scooter. And yeah, finally, most trees have no leaves, so we don't have our best natural air purifier during winter that would be absorbing all of this pollution, right? So we end up with fairly polluted cities, and Shanghai is not an exception. So some days the air is super bad and it's not recommended to go outside or to practice sports, so you cannot do your favorite activities. Some mornings you wake up and you have a super sore throat, and you feel you are sick, but it's actually just the pollution or not just the pollution. And I don't know, it just makes the city look ugly as well and gloomy and sad, Alright, so my reason number 4 is pretty personal, and that is the scooter blanket that looks like an apron, I don't know, it feels terrible. It limits your mobility, sometimes you cannot press certain buttons because you cannot find them. You cannot see any of your buttons as well, so your visibility is also worse, It's pretty annoying, even though it's very efficient and it makes the ride much warmer, like way warmer. But yeah, you basically have no choice because it's really cold to ride a scooter without the blanket. Yeah, I don't know, it just looks very ugly, It looks like you are wearing an apron, Anyway, I hate and love it, but mostly hate it. My last reason why I hate winter in Shanghai is that there is no snow, right? So what kind of winter is it without snow? A terrible one. At least for me, snow is the only thing that makes winter bearable, but in Shanghai it doesn't even snow. So I would say in Shanghai it snows maybe once a year or once every 2 years, and the snow doesn't stay on the ground, it melts as soon as it touches the ground. So basically you only see snow falling from the sky, but it never stays on the trees, never stays on the roads. And most of the time that it snows, it's tiny snow that is not even that pretty, not big snowflakes that fall like very prettily. And so yeah, the snow here is not that beautiful, it's nothing to be really excited about. And it's not something that happens very often because our winter is mostly wet with rain rather than with snow. Georgians. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Really guys, I really appreciate your support. And let me know if you agree or disagree with my reasons about hating winter in Shanghai. And what do you hate about your winter, if you hate it? And if you like it, please let me know what do you like about your winter. One thing I can say for sure actually is that I have been enjoying this winter more because I'm doing a lot of videos. So yeah, that's a good thing. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. 再会。